going to open it up. Is there any questions?
Pastor Jim.
Yes,
Pastor
sir.
Jim, can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
It's so good to see you, Pastor Joseph and Makara, and we just thank God for you. I think it's hard. I know you did a great job, Pastor Jim, describing it, and Pastor Joseph does too. But this couple has been able to work with everything you can imagine in this devastated country. We're talking about Bible translation. We're talking about ministering to probably, we ministered while we were there, over 50 different pastors and leaders were at one of the conferences. To know that they're feeding the poor, they're establishing outreaches that are unique for the business community, all these things. So in the process of considering where to give and to support them, believe me, this what we spend in pocket change would mean tremendous to them. So it's just so important that as we prayed, that God would provide for them, especially in this terrible time with all of the shutdown of so much that's going on with the COVID-19 thing. So I just want to say in support, because I was there with Pastor Jim and the team from Tacoma last September, October. This is an unbelievable couple that are working to bring Christ to multitudes of people that probably would never hear. And I mean, young people from the villages coming to school in the city. They have a Bible Institute. And I'm just saying, it's my 2 cents being there and having traveled and been in 68 countries in the world and seen just about everything from that. This is an absolutely worthy ministry. Then I guess we could probably, there wouldn't be a limit to how much we could send for money, but what they get, they never complain. You won't hear anything from them. You won't hear them. There's this incredible humility and sacrifice that they have made. I mean, in this country that literally a whole generation was wiped out by genocide. I mean, millions of people slaughtered, and the remaining generation, they're reaching them. That is dramatic.
Yes.
Every place in the world has its needs. I'm just saying, but this is a phenomenal ministry to support and pray and give to. I just wanted to say that because I love them both. They're so open to doing whatever they can to reach the lost. His time schedule, God only knows how many hours and hours and hours of traveling and working and praying and teaching and investing. That's something that's special in God's eyes.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Lewis, because really you can't, I thank you so much for that, because I cannot say enough. We've known each other for 14 years or so. I think Pastor Joseph, a long time. And this man is vetted. He's New Testament stuff, as all of our pastors have been today. They're evangelists, they're pastors, they're the pastor of pastors, Pastor Fabian, each one of you that spoke today. I mean, and that's Pastor Joseph, and he is being used. Thanks, Dr. Lewis. I appreciate that. Any more questions or comments? Pastor Joseph, do you have anything, closing words you want to say?
I'd like to say thank you so much for your friendship, for your prayer, and for your support, and for your love. So I am not alone. I have big family, and through the Facebook, they remind me that I have visited you a few years ago. So I just see those pictures and I'm smiling. So I really thanks God. I never imagined that I have a good friends, big family like this. So it's really encouraging me to move forward for the Lord. I really thank you so much for your love and
Oh,
for your
hey,
prayer, for your support. Yes.
thank you. And please tell the church there, all of your believers, all the believers there, that we say hello, Tacoma, Living Grace Church of Tacoma to Living Grace Church of Cambodia. We
Yes.
send
Yes.
our love, and I know talking to them this morning. Did have a question just come in from Tony. How much does it cost for a motorbike in American dollars?
For the new one, cost of 2050 US dollar. That's we call 125 cc Honda.
Okay. All right, so that's the need there. And sir, we just love you and we thank you. Thank you so much. Good to see your face. And if you can stay with stay with us, we'd love for you to stay with us too. So look at all the family. I don't know, can you get a view right now of everybody? There we go. So you're all up on the screen. We see all of you up there right now. And you are a good sight to behold. All of our missionaries. Wow. I'm looking out there. It's amazing. You know, I'm not out there. It's a little hard to see, but yeah, look at everybody. Oh, good. I'm glad you all see each other.
So
I just wanted Dr. Lewis. Go ahead, Pastor Joseph.
Yes, I see them. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, good, good, good. So what we can do right now, it's 3:20. We're going to wrap things up. I just want to thank everybody that's been all of our guests. You have been wonderful. I kind of was hard on everybody to say we need to stay within the time frame, and everybody did a great job. Anyway, we're so richly blessed. I want to lift up a little bit the IAGM right now, because honestly, Dr. Lewis, I want to thank you for holding the IAGM all these years. You know, and the mission, we only have a few IAGM missionaries on today. There's just a little taste of the fruit of the IAGM and how it's holding us all together. And so I just want to thank Dr. Lewis for that. But I think at this time, I want to push everybody that way. You keep in touch, keep going to the website. I'm talking to our church here in Tacoma. Continue to go to the IAGM website to keep updated. You can give there. That's the best way to give, is right through the IAGM. We send out, I think twice, Dr. Lewis, at least once a month, sometimes twice. We send the funds out, and they, all of our missionaries here, you know, really depend on those gifts. And so you can give there. Let's open it up. Does anybody have any comments or questions right now? I'm not in the chapel right now, but you'll have to come up to the mic and Rick can turn the mic on. Or if you're out there, Pastor Fabian, Pastor Emmanuel, everybody, Pastor Joseph, do you any questions or comments, thoughts? Oh, I want to just say one thing. I forgot to put my scarf on.
Okay, good.
For Cambodia.
Yeah, good.
I can't believe I forgot that. Anyway, any thoughts or comments, Pastor Fabian, Dr. Lewis, anybody in the audience? Thoughts, comments, just what God's speaking to you right now? I think I don't know if Dr. Steinhilber's still on. Pastor Graziano, anybody?
Hello, Tyler from the dorms here at Living Grace. I sat through this whole thing, and I just want to say that something I seen today was so amazing. Is the hearts that you all have for the missionary work, and it's just amazing to follow behind such greats and to learn from all of you. And I just pray that for myself selfishly, that I have that heart that you guys have. And I pray for the dormies, that heart spreads. And I just pray for resources, whether it be food, housing, finances, and safety for motorcycle travels. I just love you, and I appreciate this day so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to be quiet. If you're quiet, I'll talk, but I'm going to try to be quiet. So anybody else? Any thoughts?
Pastor Cornwell, this is Steve Steinhilber in Atlanta, and I just want to thank everybody. It's been an amazing day. Thank you for allowing us to be part of this. I got home and got my lovely bride on here to make me look better, and I just want to extend to everybody who's listening today. Anybody's interested in Luther Rice, we're willing to waive the application fee. And we will also waive the technology fee. It's $135 for the first class you take. So if anybody out there is interested in appreciation, everybody who's today, please contact me, Pastor Cornwell, Pastor Powell have my email address, and we would love to talk to you. So thanks again. It's been amazing.
Thanks, Dr. Steinhilber. Thanks for that word today, too. That was powerful. We love you guys. Hopefully this COVID thing will be over. We'll see you next year here.
Yes.
Local. Don't get used to your nice couch, during this time of the year, because we'll have you out here. So,
That's right.
Dr. Lewis, go ahead, Dr. Lewis.
I just wanted to say just briefly, and then maybe Pastor Jerry wants to share something too. But the thing is, looking at the faces here, I mean, every situation is so unique. It's like here we are in Venezuela, and I've been there before when it was considered one of the richest countries in the Western Hemisphere. And today, absolute beyond words what socialism has done. And the thing is, both Adam and Diana could have quit. They could have come home and said, we can't do any more, the place is shut down. That's not what happened. And he continued for years going into Cuba, of all places, evangelizing and reaching people. I mean, these are real 20th century, special servants of God. I mean, Fabian and Erica, I mean, each one of them I could speak about here. I'm just saying, everybody has their own unique thing, and they do not quit. They don't give up. I think if in my study and my communication with various mission boards, one of the greatest losses is that they prepare someone for maybe 2 years through deposition and so forth, to try to deputation, whatever it is, and they try to raise money, and they get all this money up for someone to go out, a couple, their family. They go out on the mission field because it's not something that maybe they feel called to, they're not committed to, and they wind up fizzling out and coming back after 2 years. That's a common thing. But these people have been laboring for years. They just don't quit. So I'm saying that, you can invest tons of money in all kinds of operations that are Christian, but there's an opportunity to look at what IAGM has to offer. The individuals that we have, most of them are living strictly by faith. This is not a planned thing. We're trying to do things to correct that, to get more income for them. I mean, every one of them needs tons of money for different projects and things. But the reality is, they're in it for the long haul. I talked to Jack Driscoll and Janice, he's 80 years old. He's in San Miguel, Mexico. Doesn't plan to come home. Been on the mission field for 20 years. Serving God every day, winning the lost, got all kinds of health problems. He said, you know what? I thank God for IAGM. He says, you have been there for us. You've stood with us. You have made it possible. And hundreds and thousands of people will be in glory because people stuck
Amen.
with it and were faithful to the call. So I just wanted to say that everybody has a story. Everybody's story is just as important as another, and everybody is just as unique as God has planned it. So I think, you know, our regeneration with Pastor Jerry now at the helm here, he's going to be leading the ministry and lots of things. There was time I did just about everything. I had a bookkeeper and that was it. And now we're able to see an expansion. We want to see more money raised for people. We want to get our young people involved so they'll go catch a vision, just like Liz did when she went to Italy, changed her life. And so I'm just saying it's wonderful that God has raised this up, and it's something that you can count on before God. God has a plan here for us in these days. No matter what, God remains faithful, as Pastor Jerry said. So I just wanted to share that.
Thanks, sir. Pastor Graziano, Pastor Emmanuel, anybody want to share? Thank you guys so much for being here. Pastor Adam.
Thanks, Pastor Jim. I just want to echo, Dr. Lewis just articulated something very important. And, his work with IAGM over the past several years has been not just sacrificial, it's going to have an eternal effect on a lot of people's lives. And we love Dr. Lewis and appreciate him so much. But I do want to just say, the vision and the rebirth of what we're trying to do is threefold. There's three things: connectivity, support, and training. And the connectivity part is something that just needs to be blown on a little bit. The embers are there. There's a lot of intimate relationships. You can just see from the interaction between everybody today how beautiful it is. We've known each other for years and years. I haven't had the honor of meeting some of the folks who spoke today. Looking forward to. And but the connectivity is fantastic, and it's life-giving. It really is. And the second part of it is support. And what I mean by support is not just the financial aspect of the support, but we want to help develop tools for the various missionaries and folks that are out on the field to raise funds, to be able to have tools to communicate better to their supporters through our newsletter, those type of tools as well, that kind of support. And the third thing is training. And we're still developing this. It's in the birth stage, but we want to be able to provide a library of videos, classes, and things like that for anybody on the field that needs a little shot in the arm, encouragement, whether it's simple doctrines or, some specific needs. So we want to be there for the folks that are there today and for those that'll join us in the future. And so it's really amazing. And I'm just really privileged and honored. I want to thank you for putting this on. What a unique approach, but I think this is very effective, and we do appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Pastor Graziano. Hey, before you go mute, who you got in the room with you?
Okay.
You
First,
seen that?
I got the wife over here. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Let me spin it around here. We'll introduce you to some folks. I'm at the church. We're in our fellowship hall. I'm plugged in because my battery got low, but there's Mrs. Graziano. That's my wife. That's Karen. All right. And then we got Jason. He's one of our board members of IAGM. He's the secretary of the board, the new board here. And then we got some of the young guys. This is Ethan and Liam. That's Liam's mask. This is Andy. Some of you know Andy Callahan. He's a tech guy. And then
Hey, Andy.
then we'll spin you around. And this is my son, Paul, who's still in his baseball uniform.
All right. Hi, you guys. Calls. Good to see all you. Wow. Awesome. Thank you. I heard coughs and things going on. I'm like, we gotta figure out what's going on back there in New York. Uh, hey, anybody else? Hey, Pastor Steinhilber, Dr. Steinhilber, thank you for that offer to those that want to take classes at LRU. I'm a graduate of LRU, 2012 graduate, and the only reason I do what I do up the hospital is because of my degree and my education there at LRU and biblical counseling. And I couldn't have done that without my degree from there. So I'm a full-time chaplain up at Tacoma General and Mary Bridge Hospitals. And I just thank God that the school made it possible for me I couldn't have afforded it, and they made a way through this relationship we have. So I just want to thank you, the school, Dr. Long, for that. So thank you.
You're what? Hey, Emmanuel, this is the first time I've gotten to meet you. You're a student at Luther Rice, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Hey.
Yeah. We've emailed back and forth, so it's good to finally meet you.
Finally, thank you so much for all the help. It's been a blessing to be back and doing my master's. I love it, and just it has really been have a big impact in my life and in our ministry, and just keeps me focused. And I love the class. I love everything. So thank you so much. It's great to meet you.
You too. Cool.
Anybody else before we close? We don't have to close this. Just keep going on. Diana, we see you sitting there praying. You have anything you want to share? It was so good to see your father.
Yeah, he's here. We had dinner together.
Nice.
We just finished dinner, so we wanted to stay on with you guys. We love you all, miss you. Hopefully we can get together next year.
Yes. Thanks for all you do. I know you are the great organizer and you keep that man called Adam.
Running.
You helped him tremendously, and anyway, Pastor Adam, you're blessed.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Jim, for all your organization and bringing it all together and helping us be able to think through the points and sharing with everyone, giving a glimpse in a 15-20-minute time slot. And I think you're right. I mean, when you got people on Zoom and you guys did it in 6 hours, it's amazing, all the time behind it. And I think it's important too, all of us now that have been on Zoom, you can only have so much capacity for people. And you did a great job. So congratulations to you guys.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for everybody in your participation. This was a work of God, but thank you. Thank you. And we hope to build on this. We're hoping we can build on this, and even as things come back to maybe if there ever is going to be such thing as normal again, but maybe build on it and do more of this together. Either through the IAGM or whatever. If you guys, we're just available. I love this. This is great.
Pastor Jim.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say thank you for you and everyone, and it's really good to see like other missionaries that I've met in the past, to see them again, to see their families and to hear their ministry. Hi, Pastor Fabian. Hi, Pastor Joseph. It's just really good to see. Hi, Pastor Tom, Rick, Becky, Don, just Pastor Jerry as well. It's just really good to see familiar faces, even though we're not able to fellowship physically. This is what really builds us up, and it makes us, and I know I don't only speak about myself and my family. We really feel special because we see the love that you have for us and the care and that goes that you have for us and for ministry and for our family, for our lives. So thank you, and this is amazing.
Yes. It really is. And hey, there's so much to talk about. Like Pastor Adam, you're just saying, it's hard to get it all in, but we're getting it. I think we're getting the feel for it. We're coming together like this. And now we can kind of carry on from today by going to these websites, the information of these different pastors and missionaries. I want to, Dr. Yaw would, you know, if we had more space, if this went on for 2 days, we would have had Dr. Dan Yaw here to explain more about the Bible training. Dr. Lewis, in a nutshell, just, I mean, we've heard from Pastor Emmanuel and Pastor Adam about how this training is, but can you just speak a little bit more to how that's working?
Sure.
Bible training, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Yaw, by the way, is on the live stream. He's been
Oh,
listening
good.
today. Yeah, I contacted him, and also Pastor Bruce Brown and different ones, so that they would be in touch too, because they obviously support. And before I forget it though, if you could, I know emails keep changing. If you could send to the IAGM at either admin@iagm.org or dlewis@iagm.org, and send us your best email address. I think that's what Pastor Jerry would like to have also. So if we can have that, just do that, because that's very helpful. We're in the process, and I think most of the missionaries have received from me already. We're doing a new newsletter, the summer newsletter. We need to complete it. I'm going to try to get that done in another 3 weeks, because that's very vital. That'll go on the website and goes to our mailing address thing. But as far as BTCP, it's the Bible Training Center for Pastors. It's basically located out of Tucker, Georgia. Dr. Long and several other people had a real vision, understanding that most people, foreign entities, are not able to come to the United States and spend the money and live here and have an education that where, in other words, it's very difficult for them. Furthermore, maybe because of the limited number of opportunities, Luther Rice, of course, has the online program, but there are a number of things, like Luther Rice does not provide across the board all the different languages. Like, for example, the Thai language, the Cambodian language, languages like that, Indonesia, any of these places like that. Most of them, people out there, they don't have anything in their own language. Well, the BTCP program actually has, it's amazing. They have their materials printed in India, high quality, very low cost, a 10-course program. And this program, I have it. I have been trained in it. It is right on the money. It does everything that a basic associate's degree would do in the United States in a Bible Institute or whatever, but very intensely put together. And what happens is, like Emmanuel can tell you, and that he's had these people, and Adam can tell you that in Venezuela and in Dominican Republic, they have been able to have produce literally pastors now who have a good, solid Bible Institute education, which is very essential. I mean, explain what sanctification means. It tells about it. It goes through all the different things, the proper hermeneutics, all these different things. So because of that, it's a program that Dan Yaw in Lakeland, who is on the board now with IAGM, he is a provider for it. He raises money to buy the books. If it's necessary, he or I would go to whatever country, and we'll try to present it and teach and set it up with the pastors. I mean, I've been to the graduation with Adam and Diana in Venezuela. Unbelievable. You couldn't believe people, the whole room filled with people, just broken as these young people and adults come walking up, full gowns. I mean, I got video of it and pictures of it. Just blow your mind. And they receive it like like they got a doctorate from Harvard or something. It's unbelievable. And this means everything. It trains them. And the same with Emmanuel. I couldn't believe it. They had color coordinated banners. They had, the place was unbelievable. And you would thought this was a graduation from Liberty or something else. And it's all this simple program of 10 courses. And it's very reasonably priced. It's about $10 a book for each person. And many times somebody will raise money and pay for it for them. And somebody has to teach it on that end who has some basic understanding of biblical knowledge. It's just wonderful. So that's what BTCP, Bible Training Center for Pastors. It's a great program. Dr. Long pushed this everywhere he could talk, wherever they weren't able to go online and do a Luther Rice degree or whatever. He pushed that. So
Wow. What a provision that God's given in that.
well, and we promote it on the website. I mean, we talk about it, and Dan Yob, I mean, he's traveled with me to 5 different countries, and 3 out of those countries we taught the courses. And I'm just saying that if there's a will, there's a way, and we'll make it happen somehow.
Wow.
Dr. Lewis, what is the cost of the curriculum per student and so forth?
It's only $10 a book. It's just $10 a book. So 10 books, $100. And I've just been working with Liberia. Liberia, somebody else offered this group of people in Liberia, people that we know from years ago, offered them that they would cover the cost. All they'd have to do is come up with $5 a book, so half the cost. I'm just saying everything's workable, and if the need is there, Dan Yaw is available, and I know other churches would step in that will provide the money easily to make that happen. I mean, Tucker, Georgia, they'll cover the shipping costs, everything. So it's very reasonable and very workable for people who cannot come or do the online thing, or don't have the language barriers, the costs for schooling here in the United States, all those things. So you don't have to pay for professors. All the work is done. You follow precisely what is given in these textbooks. And I'm telling you, I was impressed. I mean, I taught hermeneutics in Baltimore for 12 years. And I learned a whole bunch of stuff in those books,
Wow.
in the books on hermeneutics. I mean, that's how good it is. The guy that started it had a vision, and boy, has this touched the world.
Wow. Anybody else, comments, thoughts, just to what God maybe done today? You in the audience? We'll wrap it up, but I just don't want to cut things off prematurely here. If God...
We just want to thank Dr. Lewis for all his work and all the things that he does behind the scenes to make things happen, and to communicate with the missionaries and raise support and all the things that he does. It's just amazing. We just pray that God keeps him here with us for many, many, many more years, supporting and being part of the missionary work. Also for Pastor Tom Powell, I think I see him back there with a mask. I don't know if it's him behind Rick. He looks good with a mask. Just thank him for his support, his love, and the church there too, and all you guys do for us is a blessing for us. Right, Max?
Yes.
Hey, Max, you look good.
Thank
You're
you.
growing up. Oh, man.
Chip off the old block right there.
It's a better version, update 2.0.
Max, you want to say anything?
No thanks.
Okay. Good. Anybody else?
Again, I'd like to say thank you for everybody, and thank you for Living Grace Tacoma and Dr. Lewis for your Pastor Jim's, and for your love, for your kind, and for your friendship. So I really thank you so much. Yes, all your good heart for us and for each of you. Yes, thank you everybody. Yes, for having me this time. Yeah, thank you so much. May God bless you all.
God bless you. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
Bye, Makara.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye. See you.
Any thanks, sir. Anybody else want to share? And the audience, I want to keep it open, and otherwise we're going to wrap it up. I'll have, maybe we can have Pastor Powell come up and say a word and then close with prayer. I like to give pastor orders, you know. He's my pastor. I'm just kidding. I like to direct him where he's needed. How about that? Anybody else?
Let's do it from here.
Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Bye.
All right, Father, we're just thankful for this day and all the effort that went into it. Thankful for your blessing on it. Thankful for all these men and women and what they represent to your kingdom. And Lord, we just pray for your continued blessing on their lives, for their provision. We just are so grateful for what you've done to date and look forward to all that you're going to do in the future. We just ask a special blessing on each one of their ministries. We ask it in Christ's name. Amen. Thank you all. This has been amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
God bless, guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Great.
Ciao.
Yes. Yeah.
Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We love.
Oh, nobody wants to press the leave button now.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Pastor
You
Pastor
guys,
Jim, are you going to hand out coffee and cookies or anything, for this event?
well, I don't have my food here.
Virtual copies.
It's in the back of the chapel.
Virtual
There you go.
Starbucks.
Virtual Starbucks or coffee or something.
Oh my gosh.
It's great to
And a
see
little
you
bit of
guys.
almond roca would be nice.
Yeah.
Almond Roca. We
Great to see
can
you guys,
deliver.
Love you
You can
guys.
deliver.
Big
Yeah.
hugs.
Hey.
Big hug.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, God bless you.
Thank you.
Love you so
Thank
much.
you guys.
This was
Manuel,
very special.
love you. God bless you.
You too. God bless you.
Excellent. Congratulations on your wife and her music album.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, we've been watching.
You can
that.
speak. You guys can speak in tongues if you want.
Okay.
But
That'd be great. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for audio visual and everyone in behind the scenes. It's been amazing. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good night.
God bless.
Pastor Adam.
All right.
God
Is that
bless. Bye,
Dawn?
you guys.
I can't tell. Is that Dawn? Dawn?
Dawn Bussy?
There she is. Yes,
There it is, Dawn.
Dawn.
Big Dawn.
Bye,
Dawn,
Don.
stand
Didn't
up.
see
There
you the
you
whole
go.
time.
Becky.
Yes, Becky. Thank you guys. Appreciate it
There
so
they
much.
are.
Love it. God bless you. Hope to see you soon, soon, whatever that means, but soon. ASAP. All right, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, God bless.
Bye.
I'm gonna press the leave button. This is hard. All
This is
right. Okay.
No, don't
Leave.
do it.
Ah. Bye-bye.